Whether it be two-wheel drive,
four-wheel drive.
Does it really matter what you drive?
No, but we're talking a few things tonight that might matter what you drive.
It might, man. What is going on, All-Terrain Nation? That is right. Tonight on the show, we've got, I personally, it hits home for me, and you've got the old school Xterra Nation hat on, form that I used to own. And we're talking a little bit of Nissan Xterra tonight, and we're going to talk some Jeep Cherokee. Cherokee just launched, and we did not get that invite, Kelly. And you know what? They had LL Cool J at the event. Pull your hair in, girl.
Too cool.
I know.
We're too cool to go see LL Cool J.
I'm going to have to talk to my friend Wendy over there and say, hey, what is up with that stuff? But what is going on, everybody? Happy Friday, whatever holiday this might be. Happy whatever.
Sunday.
Oh, shit. I'm so tired, guys. I'm so tired.
He hasn't even had a sip of anything either, is the funny thing.
I know, man. But tonight, like I said, we're going to talk a little bit of Nissan, and I'm sure there'll be some Bronco talk in there as well, because we just can't help ourselves.
Can't help it.
But first off, I really do. I see Kevin's in the house. We got Douglas Blair, all women driven. So we got the world-class interviewer that is all women driven. Ford enthusiasts in the house. If you guys are popping in, come in and say hi at least.
Douglas Blair says Sunday, August 24th.
Thank you, Douglas.
Thank you. Are some of the viewers old enough to remember when you could call a phone number and it would tell you the time and date?
Oh God, now what?
No, you just could. You could call a phone number and be
I got you now. I thought you were just talking about remembering phone numbers.
It is Sunday, August 24th, 2025.
The time is
7:35 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Oh, it's like you've done that before. Were you that person that
I was?
Do that?
Snitches.
Oh,
Snitches get stitches.
Damn,
just remember.
Damn. Douglas Blair says I would just call the operator.
Welcome in, Maya. Good to see you.
First off, I want to say, look at this fine hat that I've got on. Can you see it, Kelly?
Yep.
Got this. This was an exclusive I got from Mr. Tim Bartz over there at Long MacArthur, and I didn't realize this thing is a fitted hat.
Yeah.
I can go back into old school day pimp status with this hat, but then I'm not showcasing what's going on, so I can't go pimp status tonight. So we'll just leave it like this. But I didn't realize, Tim, if you're watching, I did not realize it was a fitted hat, and so I'm happy to support that. It's a good looking color. I'm not gonna lie.
Welcome in, Tim from Long MacArthur as well. He's working on an expedition video ending tonight.
Well, he should expedite the expedition video.
Wow.
Extremely fast.
Wow.
Anyways, Kelly.
Yeah.
We had some excitement tonight. We literally just we threw food in our face like animals.
Our daughter wanted us to make dinner, but we even said we don't have time to make dinner by the time we get home, and come on and be live with you guys. Yeah,
because our daughter was trying out for a new softball team, the Tennessee Force, and she made the team. So very happy with that. And I've got to, Kelly, I need you to just stall just a minute, because I want to bring something up. I'm so proud of this moment. Oh
my goodness, here we go. He's going to bring it up. So while he's pulling that up, John Burnett says it was 259-2222. That sounds familiar, because I bet it was the exact number in every different area code. So I bet that's what it was. Not many get those. The hat. Not many get the hat like you did.
I see that.
Sid got one as well. They offered me one, but I knew I wouldn't wear it as much. So Sydney got a hat.
Yep. Which means Daddy got another hat.
That's right. She'll wear it too, though.
Daddy like it.
Douglas Blair says, congrats on the new team. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I mean, obviously, you guys know we're not on Monday nights right now, because we're deep into softball season.
Right, exactly.
And as soon as softball season's over, we will move on.
Stop talking and go find what you were looking for.
I'm doing it, lady.
You told me to stall, and here we are. You're messing it all up.
I know. That's what I do.
So he's got this pulled up, and you misspelled her name on there too.
I see that. That's easily fixable. But yeah, our daughter Friday, we play rec ball just to have some fun. And it's a good way to keep. She likes making lots of friends, and Sid's kind of a social butterfly. So
and it allows her to go out there and kind of try things that she may not try other places, because she's afraid to kind of let her team down. So she is out here, and her coach encourages that as well. So we're very glad and fortunate for that coach to allow her to really kind of come out there and spread her wings a little bit, get to try a few things. from that perspective. So
And
your iCloud right there, I think.
no, but it's right here.
No, it won't let you do it.
Well, to let me, you can do it. You just won't share the audio. So
okay, that's
anyway, so yeah, our daughter is so happy right here. Home run, first home run ever.
And as you can see, Dad dropped the camera because we were all so excited, and we had to go check it up. So yeah, so she was super excited. She's been trying for it for the last couple of years, and she even said that night, Mom, she was like, I was a 3-2 or an 0-2 count, and she's like, I knew I had to do something. And so she made contact, she did it, and she knocked it out. And her umpire that did it, he said, I think that might be the farthest home run I've actually seen, because there was a 20 or 25 foot oak tree at the other side of the fence between left field and center field that she actually hit the top of, and it bounced back into fair territory, but still counted as a home run, of course, because she got it knocked out.
And I know probably if you're new going, I thought this was an auto thing. It is, but I love my kiddo, and she impresses me every day with
we share a little family stuff from time to time. So welcome in. We're glad to share that with you all.
And I know this might not be everybody's cup of tea tonight, but we're, like I said, I'm sure we will talk other things as well. But the Nissan Xterra has been in the news, and it's been in the news a few times. And for the past year, I told you Nissan was working on developing a new Xterra. And I'm pretty connected over there. And I did at first, the news that I was getting was going to be EV. And because, you know, all these before the current administration's in, it was EV or nothing. That's all their focus was, because they were told by the federal government, this is what you have to make. So Nissan was going to bring the Xterra back, and even hinted at it being in the background, showing casing a weird kind of looking EV SUV.
EV-esque.
Yeah. And I was like, well, and I did a video, and it kind of disappointed in the brand. And well, current administration, whether you like it or not, has opened up regulations a little bit to allow manufacturers to continue to build gas-powered engines. Now, I do think hybrid probably is the more way to go in a lot of cases, because you get good fuel economy, but yet, you know, you still get the, not the thunderous sounds of those engines, but you still feel like you can go to the gas pump and get down the road.
You have the ability to really kind of get down the road a little bit and go, oh man, I don't know that there's an electric charger coming up here, but there is a gas station. So you have that ability to kind of be flexible in some of your trips and things like that as well.
Right. But our photos here is acting just,
you're really far back is the problem.
That's the idea.
Okay.
But yes, so the Xterra, and me and Kelly have some, we've talked about this every once in a while, we do discuss this, but we have a big connection to the Nissan Xterra because we used to be called Mom and Pop Xterra, which was funny.
Yeah, we did. We actually talked to somebody at Supercell. Or not Supercell, at Bronco Stampede, that actually were like, you were kind of the mom and dad of like Xterra. Yeah. We were like, oh, we hadn't heard that in a minute.
But yeah, so we started a forum, or I started a forum called Xterra Nation. And because I was, you know, tired of the big companies, these big conglomerates owning all the forums. And they don't care about
dropping an ad every other post,
but they don't care about the users. It's ultimately how many ads can we post in this thing. So I started that, and it took off, and still running today. I see I get updates about it all the time. And then we started the National Xterra Meet in 2011, which was to showcase the Xterra. Nissan Xterra only people would show up, and we had about 100 at one point that showed up. It was really fun, and I've got here kind of a picture of it I will show. That, but we love silly things, man. And I'm an underdog guy. I love underdog vehicles and kind of underdog companies from time to time. And so that's why I think that's part of my appeal, Kelly, to the Xterra was it was not the 4Runner. Nothing wrong with a 4Runner, because hey, they're clearly Toyota knows what they're doing. But I just kind of wanted something that, you know, was built for one in my hometown, which was kind of nice. But this was one of our meets that we had. Now you will see a Frontier 2 in there, because I think this was the last year where we were opening it up to everybody. So we did the old X in the middle, and it was a lot of fun. Great celebration of these vehicles, and people loved it. They loved their Xterras, and of course there wasn't a ton of aftermarket for them at all. So it forced even me. I learned to weld because of the Xterra.
Yeah. And I learned to weld because of the
You
Xterra.
did. And so it because if you wanted it, you saw other brands maybe like, well, that looks like a cool part.
Can we get it for an Xterra? No, we can't.
Well,
so
like, I'm gonna have to learn how to make it.
Yep.
But like I said, this was in Windrock Park. I don't remember what year that would have been. Probably 18, maybe.
Well, that would have been 10 most likely because you did the X, right?
No, this was the last year that we did for National Xterra Meet.
Oh, for National Xterra
Yeah.
Meet. I think we did 2 or 3 National Xterra Meets, and then it turned over to Windrock.
I don't know, but anyway,
He's got a Windrock shirt. He's got a Went shirt on.
I know. Yeah, W. That was one of
So that would have been the first year of Went.
Could have been. Anyways, you guys are like, who cares? So anyway, so the news have been reported, and it's funny. I can talk about things, and of course, I don't have some major outlet behind me, Kelly. That's like, oh well, car and driver.
You don't matter till you have it.
Right. Until some car and driver or somebody says it, that's when it's true. But Nissan they had their dealer meetings, which every manufacturer does. Nissan did it in Las Vegas. I may have at one time got a picture somehow from one of these meetings of what the potential Frontier was going to look like, the Nismo Frontier. And well, they started talking to dealers, trying to pump dealers up. Nissan's been in a hole. They acknowledge it. They don't hide from it of like, I don't know what these people are crazy.
Right.
Selling cars like
well,
crazy.
You have to earn the respect from your people. Again, you have to be transparent a little bit, like a little bit of transparency of like, hey, we know that it's a little messy right now, but you know what? We're working on it. And here's something to keep you excited. So you don't leave. Like, really, ultimately, that's kind of what it is. It's like, we want to keep our good people, things like that. So that being said,
wait, ads on my own thing. What the hell?
Yes, on your
own. But if you
thing.
guys ever want to check out allterrainnation.com, you will see news articles. And Kelly, what does that news article say?
The Nissan Xterra is back.
It is back, and we can go into it just a little bit. But it says Nissan confirmed this. It says this. I wrote this. What am I saying it like this? But yes, in this article, Nissan confirmed to dealers that hey, for the 2028 model year, there will be an Xterra again. And per descriptions, these are not my first accounts of the descriptions, but they claim that it's going to be an upright SUV, flat grille, which looks a lot like that. And they talked about, hey, and there's a potential for a V6 engine to be in this.
Yeah.
A hybrid V6 engine, which, I got thinking about this, and I don't think I put it in the article, but the stadium seating, people love that about Nissan. That was their thing, stadium seating. So the back of the seat was higher than the front. So those passengers could kind of see out the window, because a lot of SUVs, especially in the late 90s, very low. Your passengers was looking at a headrest, and that's about all they could see.
Well, and the Bronco followed that too, so that
and they all have a little bit. But so Nissan was all big on the stadium seating, which is why you have that weird roof line, and then which gave the opportunity to have the fun roof rack up there. But even when this thing was being developed, I remember my brother-in-law who worked for Nissan at the time. Everybody sees that big bubble in the back of the hatch, and they're like, "Why? That's such a weird thing." Well, they were going to put a swing out tailgate there, and they, for some reason in production, never could get something to work right with it. And I guess they just went, F it. It looks interesting. Just leave it.
Which is funny, because before we sold my Xterra, it actually had a swing out tailgate aftermarket on it.
Yeah.
Because it just made sense.
Right. But you guys go over there, and we got Kelly. There's Kelly's Xterra, which was a lot of fun. A lot more happened to that. I think this was your second year with it.
Yeah.
Put the light bar up there that was noisy as hell. Oh, look at the little GoPro sitting up there. I forgot all about that. But yeah, we had a lot of fun with it.
White knuckle sliders.
Right knuckles on there. We put the KO2s. No, those are KOs. Yeah, those are original KOs on that.
Yeah, maybe.
And painted all this stuff. We had a lot of fun with it, and you loved that thing.
I did. I love that thing. Her name was Francine.
And you drove the piss out of that thing.
I did. I wheeled the piss out of it, and I drove the piss out of it.
And our daughter had every thought that was going to be her.
She did. She was heartbroken when we sold it, but we ended up selling that right before we were getting the Bronco. And kind of kick ourselves for not holding on to it, because I think it would have been a fun first car for her.
Yeah.
But we sold it to a family member of ours, essentially. So Xterra fam. And their son, who's the same age as our daughter, is actually learning to drive on it. So that's super cool to have passed that on.
It was. And let's see here. And here is me testing a Gen 1. This was Kelly's first time at Windrock. Of course, she's not in the photo, but yeah, we were very surprised when I took this thing out off-roading at Windrock for the first
Look
time.
at those street tires.
I know, had Michelin all-terrains on it, but this thing got up and it did everything we put in front of it and more. I love this. To me, the Gen 1, it's smaller. It's more of a true kind of in between the pup trucks and what midsize is now.
Mm-hmm.
It was in that category, which I think they need to go back to. I really do. I think they need to make a smaller, yeah, maybe your shoulders are a little closer to mine, but I think we need to get back more to everything you need, nothing you don't, which was a big slogan of Nissan for the Gen 1.
Right.
Yeah, it had roll-up windows, but guess what? As far as options, you got a radio. That was about it. Like, you didn't get options with this thing. And then they did add late in the Gen 1's life, they added a supercharger available to it, because these were started out about 160 horsepower. They got them with the 3.3 liter engine. It got up to about 180. Then they put the supercharger on it, which got it to 220, which you think a supercharger nowadays, you think instant 100 extra horsepower. Probably could have got more horsepower out of this thing. Yeah. Lord knows the 3.3 block in this thing that they were using in the Z. So it was very capable of being engineered for power, but just for whatever reason, Nissan didn't do it. But this was the white one there that I owned. That was probably my favorite Xterra for me. Like it got me into building vehicles. Once again, learning to modify them a lot on that vehicle, and just had a blast in it.
And I think I've said this before, is that I grew up in the mindset of, you drive vehicles on the road, you do not take them off-road, because why mess with a perfectly good vehicle? And he brought his white one home and started cutting on it. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, and he's like, oh, we're going to modify it. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I was like, that's stupid.
No pop.
Oh, well. And so funny thing is that trip that you saw the picture on previously was my last trip for a couple of years, for a couple of different reasons.
It's about a year, but definitely. Yeah. I didn't bug you to go out because
I was done.
Yeah,
I was done on that trip.
Yeah, and we found out pregnant at the time.
Yeah. So we found out shortly after that we were pregnant, but yeah. So I took a leave of absence from the off-roading world for a little while.
And what's funny about that is this was your next time at Windrock.
Yeah,
and then she's driving, and I've told this story many times of Kelly. The way I got Kelly to be more comfortable was to put her in the driver's seat, which she did not want to be in the driver's seat. But at this point,
I didn't even really want to.
I really think this is when at the first port where you started driving, because I said, "Hey, can you pull up to where the next guy in front of you was?" And you're like, "Well, what do I do?" And I was like, "Well, just follow him." And I said, "If he falls off the hill, don't follow." But this was my second Gen 1 that I had, and I ended up beating the piss out of this poor thing. And it was really good looking SUV right there. And then I pinstriped the crap out of it. I bedlined it about 3 different times. Just kind of made it ugly.
It ended up being khaki at one point, and then you painted it black again as a bedliner, and it ended up being ugly. Yeah, and then I solid axled this thing. But anyways, that's kind of a little history with us and the Xterra. But I for one, and we really haven't got to talk about this. I'm excited that at least Nissan's looking to. They do understand the Xterra name for them. They don't have a lot of rich history and heritage with off-road. The hard bodies were badass in the late 80s, early 90s. They, for whatever reason, changed that platform into the Frontier platform. Frontier never sold like the hard body did. For whatever reason, I think it's a size thing. But then they brought the Xterra out in 2000 with that slogan, once again, everything you need, nothing you don't. And I got thinking about it. That was the last exciting product I can recall that Nissan has done, besides maybe the GTR. Like they haven't built. There's nothing. Can you think of anything from 2000 until now? GTR, maybe the new Z, but that's fun. That's recent. That's kind of exciting as an enthusiast. Like, oh damn, this is going to be fun. Yeah, I mean, different ballparks. I enjoyed the Titan. The Titan had enough power, but you also had enough fun with it. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily fun from that perspective. Like, it's practical. Truck, it's, it was useful. It was, but no, nothing I can really think of besides, bringing the Z back.
Yeah,
essentially.
Like, so, and that was 2000. So we're in 2025.
Yeah,
25 years. Been a minute. 25 years ago, and the brand wonders why people are just like, even the GTR, Kelly, is like, that was in 09, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's gone, but they never changed really. They never updated it.
Yeah.
I guess if you have perfection, why update it? I'm kidding, of course. But think like, can you see, like, at least you look at Ford, and I know we talk a lot of Ford, but they are willing to take chances. Like Mustang does not sell well anymore.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. I love that car, but nobody are buying.
Well, then
pony
honestly,
cars.
I'm sure the Dark Horse didn't do as well as they hoped it would.
No, I don't think so
From
at
that
all.
perspective as
But
well. But they took a chance.
They did it. They built
gambled
it.
a little bit. They built it.
Right.
They also, gave us another V8. So I mean,
Yeah.
you gave us some fun with it. But I do think that that's a little underrated for what they gave to us.
Chevrolet's always got the Corvette. They've brought the Camaro back, killed it off again. Supposedly it's coming back as a 4-door kind of a Urus style SUV, sport SUV. But that's what people buy.
Try to compete with BMW, probably.
Well, probably, and that's what people want now. Nobody's buying 2-door cars. And so you look at, Vet, Camaro, ZR2 Bison stuff they do.
Yeah.
They're trying something. They're doing stuff, and some of it sells, some of it doesn't. And they have their boring lines, but they're doing it. Hell, even Ram, Chrysler, whatever. They're doing some fun stuff with one. I think we're going to talk about in a little bit. But it bums me out that the company they got into that. Everybody acts like Carlos Ghosn was the savior of Nissan. Oh my God, he saved Nissan. Yes, they were in the late 90s and close to being bankrupt. They don't disappear. They just go through bankruptcy. Right. They restructure everything, and they're back. Now everybody acts like, oh my God, Nissan's gone. But you look back and go, okay, well, he maybe stabilized the company a little bit, but then he made everything bland. He made it basically into a rental company. Like you go to any car rental place, that's what you see. You used to see Altimas everywhere, man. Now Rogue, stuff like that, which nothing wrong with either of those products. No. So now, guess what? Sedans are dying. They've announced the Maxima's dead now. Altima dies, I think, this year.
Well, part of the reason I think that Maxima died is because they kept making the Altima more and more and more like the Maxima.
Yeah, they pushed it into
so at a point, people would go, why do I buy a Maxima when I can buy an Altima that's pretty much the same thing for a little bit cheaper?
Right.
So, they kind of neutered themselves from that perspective.
A little bit.
So if you keep pushing, and I think they've kind of done the same thing with the Sentra. The Sentra, they keep adding to it and kind of pushing it up into the Altima. So it doesn't surprise me that Altima might be the next one.
Yeah, and what was we test drove one of our
there
early
was a Versa,
the Versa,
the smaller one,
the 4-door, which was the same size. Yeah, you're right, like the Sentra.
Yeah,
but the brand, they just turned into this boring box that gets you from point A to point B. And they, I know in the 90s, maybe they were bringing out all this exciting stuff. Maybe it just didn't sell well enough, or I don't know why. Because like the 240, like John's talking about, I remember the 300s. Of course, they were outrageously priced back in the day. I mean, they would be like $100,000 car now in today's money. That 300 ZX, it was just ridiculously priced because it was like $50-some thousand back then. Ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Still a beautiful design. I love the design. The design was so cool that when Lamborghini needed headlights for the Diablo, they're Z headlights. And the way you can tell is if you look on the Lamborghini Diablo, they put this little plastic strip over it where it shows Nissan's logo. You can pull that strip off and Nissan's logo in these Diablos. But it's a bummer to me that the company's where it's at right now because they are part of our community.
Well, and I do wonder though if they've kind of played it safe for survival. So like, we've talked about this. Between the two of us, I'm the one that plays it safe. You're the one that kind of gambles a little bit. So sometimes me playing it safe gets me in trouble because it kind of holds me back. So I wonder if Nissan has kind of done that to themselves of like, hey, we have to kind of play it safe a little bit until these numbers kind of come up and then maybe we'll get adventurous. So maybe them getting a little more adventurous, we'll see.
Yeah. It was really the philosophy of Ghosn was that he wanted volume. In 2010, somewhere in there, I forget what they called it. It was like the 30-30 plan, something like that. They wanted 30% global market share or something. It was something ridiculous. And to do that, they started just pushing basic Altimas to every fleet they could to get them out the door to meet his goals instead of building a very fine vehicle that would sell.
Right.
Based, and maybe get close to those goals. We got to have volume. He's ruined the company.
Yeah.
He really has. And I know I will argue to this day about anytime Nissan comes up in big news, they always have some stupid fucking quote from him. And it just pisses me off because you're like, for one, dude's still hiding out because he was stealing from the company. Yeah. So dude's hiding from ripping off the company. And then two, you put him there.
Yeah.
You had 20 years and then he acts like, well, no, it's new management. What? New management didn't set up all this BS like you did. Anyways, I'm excited to see what we might see in the new Xterra. I said this in my video that I dropped yesterday. Guys, if you see any renderings, they're not real. Nissan, nothing came out about that. Nobody snapped any shots. In the articles that I read on Auto News by a journalist who I know and trust, all it mentions was it was a quick flash of here's what showcasing where we can go. Because I guarantee you they haven't built any. It take them about 1.5 years to go from design to start building them. So they're what they're doing is gauging dealers. Where are you at with this? And dealers went nuts about it. I know a couple particular that just had a ball with this, and that's exciting for them. And it says it's going to be built on a new platform, Kelly, that there's a new platform that's going to get 5 new Nissans built off of it.
Interesting.
So, and I got doing the math about that. So Xterra, Frontier, Pathfinder, which is interesting because it's not a body on frame vehicle right now. They switched in 12 and made a unibody construction, more comfortable ride. So that's 3. Well, Pathfinder and QX60 from Infiniti are built on the same platforms. So does Infiniti going to get into the luxury off-road segment? And then, okay, so how many little fingers do I have?
You have 4, but if it's luxury.
What would you say the 5th one could be?
That's what I'm saying. And
no, so Xterra, Pathfinder, QX60, Infiniti, Frontier, and what would be
that's what I'm saying. That would be the Xterra.
No,
Infiniti version.
No, I don't think they'll do that. So Xterra definitely, I think, will just because it's such a weird looking vehicle. You can't. It's a lot of the QX stuff and the Pathfinder are pretty similar body.
Okay, then I don't have a 5th for you.
All right, but Xterra body on frame.
Already said this.
Pathfinder body on frame. Yeah. QX60 will say is going to be body on frame. Frontier body on frame. What? I mean, just take a while. What?
I have no idea. I got nothing for you right now. Yeah, I don't.
What if, like I said this in a video, what if I said Titan?
Nah.
Well,
not the same body.
No.
It's too big.
No, but they're built on the same. So Titan was built on the F platform, which
isn't the Armada built on the F platform too?
No, the new Armada is its own platform now. Because it shares it with Patrol. It shares it with QX80. It's a global.
What if they bought the Patrol?
Well, they own the Patrol.
What I'm saying, what if they bring it to
the
States
that
again?
I think they should do a small Patrols. Like I think they should do like Land Cruiser did with Toyota and do a small one. Nissan's not the brightest. I really do. I think there's a chance that a full size, I won't call it the Titan because I think that name, it just never worked for whatever reason. But I think there's a chance that we see another full size pickup truck come from Nissan. Call me crazy. It didn't work. Crazy. It didn't work out. I think it didn't work out with the second generation because Nissan's really got to hire somebody who runs truck line. That's a truck person. Now they've got Brent, I can't remember his name. He was running truck line over there. He's definitely a truck dude, loves it. I interviewed him years ago on the Nissan Nation podcast, and he literally got a ticket right before I interviewed him. He was late to my interview, and he was speeding in his Titan. He was telling me all about it in that story, but
which can still probably be seen on ATN Offroad because that's been changed from Nissan Nation Productions.
Yeah. But I could see a world where they want to play in the full size market still, but they're going to have to rename it. It would have to be something their own. The previous Titan, second generation Titan, was a great truck. It just looked like too many other brands shoved into one thing. It didn't look like a Nissan. It just looked like whatever. So I can see that, or maybe they do a small Patrol, something, and it's based around or maybe it is based around, but it said in the that they told dealers it was going to be an all new platform. So anyways, that's my Nissan talk for this. I definitely will let you guys know down the road what I think is happening. If I hear anything, I do have some good birdies over there at Nissan. So they do tweet from time to time or chirp. Well, I don't know whatever you want to say.
Tweet twat.
Yeah, but would we be interested in a new Xterra?
I think it depends on what it looks like,
It's got to look something,
and it has to be capable.
Well, but first off, it's got to look the part, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it can't just be some Pathfinder that they throw an Xterra label on.
Yeah.
That's not going to work for me
Yeah.
because that's not what it's built on. It's
Mhm.
got to be unique looking within reason, but it can't look, I don't know, it can't look too wild and crazy.
But
for
it's
me.
got for me, it's got to look generational. It can't be something that like. I want to pull this up real quick because no, we are, but I want to show this real quick.
But the short answer, it depends on what it looks like. Second answer is then we talk about capability.
Yes. If this will load.
That would be the number one though, is if it's not going to look the part, then it's not, we're going to pass on it.
Yes. There's no great photo, but our dog is having a conniption over here. Yeah, I mean, it really does though have to look like an Xterra, or people are not going to buy it. No. Just plain and simple.
You can't just throw a name on it and call it a day and be like, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah. So I know, guys, I know Nissan Talk's always riveting. I can tell by the amount of viewers that it's super riveting, but it is news, and it is news that is important to me because I like the brand that helps my friends and family work. So this was Nissan's EV, what their lineup was going to be like. So obviously this is probably going to be a Maxima of some sort. This is the whatever Leaf.
Kicks.
It's the Leaf now.
As a Leaf.
But back here was what everybody was thinking was going to be the Xterra, and I really think it was definitely. I think till all the feedback they got on this, yeah, definitely it was going to be the Xterra, and because they even had articles back then hinting that, oh no, the Xterra can come back electric, but it can't look like this.
No, I agree.
By any means. Capabilities, yes.
It's got to be rugged too.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be able to hit the trails and be protected.
Yeah, Nissan has a history of not going all in. I said this in the video. I said they like to dip their toes in the water when Ford, Jeep, and Wrangler and all them are out there in the deep water splashing, having fun. Nissan's got their toe out there like,
it's too cold. It safe.
Yeah, they do. And so to wind the Nissan down, it's got to, I mean, if you do it, it's got to be a true off-road. I wouldn't do a two-wheel drive.
No.
I just wouldn't. Like they sold. No, make Xterra extremely capable off-road, four-wheel drive, obviously independent front suspension, solid rear axle, Pro 4X model. Guys, you're going to have to put a front and rear locker into it. Or else, I know, yes, some of the other brands like Toyota only do a rear locker and they've got all their crawl control features. F that. Give people what they want and they will buy it. Yep. So that's it. I am excited for it though. I said in my video, I think the one would definitely,
I'm excited within reason. It's really just gonna, like when they came out with the refresh of the Pathfinder, I was less than impressed with it because I really thought that they might actually give it a little.
The Rock Creek, where they call that off-road.
So I don't have much faith in what Nissan might bring out. Yeah. So I'm dipping my toe in. Yeah. Let's just say
that's fine. And at the end of the day,
agree, John Burnett.
At the end of the day, it's about volume. They got to sell these things to make it. That's why 5 cars. It said Nissan told dealers there'll be 5 cars based on this platform. They have to have They have to have build buddies,
right?
Or it's just not practical. Like if you did just an Xterra, no, because they'll sell less than 100,000 a year. It just wouldn't be reasonable. But if you can get 300,000 vehicles a year off that same platform,
it's like anything else, plug and play.
Yeah, it's a hit. I want to main topic tonight is something that's actually out there, Kelly. I mean, it's there, and I want to bring this up because, well, Jeep has finally actually released the details of the new Cherokee, and there was times when I wanted a 2-door Cherokee when I was a kid really bad. They just looked rugged. I, at the time, probably didn't know a hill of beans about the solid axle that was under it, like a Jeep Wrangler. I thought it looked cool. It looked tough, and I wanted something that looked tough, and Joel just never got one. Our buddy Jim, he's had a few of them, loved them. He's a big Jeep guy. He's a Ford guy that loves Jeep.
I always felt that the 2-door was just like, it was just trying to be too much. Like
You like the 4-doors?
Yeah, because I think I'd always seen 4-doors and I didn't see very many 2-doors. And
Yeah.
so for me, it felt like they forced it to be a 2-door when it really just wanted to still be a 4-door.
Okay. I can see that. But here we are with the new Cherokee, and you know nothing of this vehicle.
Nope.
What do you think of its look so far?
I don't hate it. I'll be honest. I like it a lot actually, but I like the Jeep Cherokee platform. Just from a comfort perspective.
Grand Cherokee, your first
Yeah.
drive that Grand Cherokee L.
The Summit Edition.
Yeah, oh my God, that beautiful vehicle. And for whatever reason, has shit resale value.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Can we just put one in the driveway then?
No,
if that's the case.
No, because they also have bad reputation for breaking down. It's a Jeep. But
it was amazing.
I really think this looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. This is definitely, obviously, this isn't for our Bronco folks that are looking for something that's super rugged from the exterior visual perspective. This is more, in my mind, at first look at it. Again, I don't know much about it, of what you've kind of talked about from this perspective, but this to me is a commuter car or a soccer mom car or things like that to take my kid to the field.
So you're saying you didn't read the article I wrote?
I did not read the article that you wrote.
I can't believe this.
Well,
this marriage is a sham.
I was too busy kind of being a softball mom and all the other things that I do.
You were, when I wrote this, you were taking our daughter to some tournament. But yeah, so I love that they've kind of gone back to a more normal looking front end. And so that one, when it came back in 12, had that weird lines and these little bug eye.
Yeah, and this is more Jeep Grand Cherokee to me looking. Like this is what I feel like it should look like. Now,
I will say from the get-go, you look at that front end, I don't know that I'm taking it much off-road.
Oh no, not at all. That's what I'm saying. This is not, to me, when I see it, it's too low. Too low of a front end, and I feel like that's just ripping the front end off that bumper like real quick.
Oh God.
It is not going to have the clearance for the things that I want to take it on to do.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a daily for me.
I would say so. I mean, and that's what it's for. This is supposed to be a volume vehicle for them. You know, they want to sell 100,000+ a year. These things like this make the Wrangler more possible because
I do need a Wagoneer, Douglas Blair.
Oh, there
would be one in our driveway.
Douglas, we tested 2 years ago. We got to drive the Grand Wagoneer.
And it was the first one with a Hurricane engine in it too.
Yeah.
And that thing, whoo,
yeah, it would get up and go. It gave you the little, like we're talking Nissan.
Pop, pop.
It gave you those import vibes of that. When you got let off the gas, you hear that pop, 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 pop.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
But back to the smaller version. Yeah, this to me, it looks more masculine. I think people are tired of the more Tesla vibe that everything seemed to be going towards, which makes me happy. But yeah, so then we look at this. Look, it's, you know where this is at, right? You know that's Hollyoaks.
Oh yeah,
that's 100% Hollyoaks in Michigan. But here's the winner to me. Look at that interior.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
One thing I don't like about it,
I bet there's cooled seats there.
I bet there are too. The rotary dial. I'm not a fan of that. I know why.
Either.
This is the limited trim.
Yeah.
So they want that classy feel to it.
The high end feel.
Something Jeep's done for the past 10 years. Their design for the interiors have just been outstanding. They're by far probably some of the best interior designs I've ever seen. And I'm so happy.
I would say at the common man level, yes.
But this looks classy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad this tablet is not sticking up by the rear view mirror.
Agreed.
It feels like it belongs in that vehicle. But so what do you think of the interior?
Well, it feels like the dash was actually designed and not, oh, here's a dash we have and how do we put a bigger screen in it?
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, that's what we kind of run into with when we're testing vehicles sometimes. And you're kind of like, was this tablet an afterthought? Did you just want to change out the 90s radio and put a tablet in there instead, is what it kind of feels like in some. So I feel like this was done well and it was thought out.
But I get why a lot of them doing that Tesla style they did blew everybody's brains apart. Like they were like, oh my, because iPads were becoming popular at the time when they started doing that. It made sense, but I'm happy.
Anymore, it's old.
Yeah, I'm happy that let's put it back in the dash.
Yeah.
Yeah, steering wheel. Look at the boxy race style of that steering wheel.
Yeah.
Looks good. Their layouts are great. I love their Uconnect system. It's honestly, I loved it in our Jeep that we had, or the Gladiator. I thought it was a better system than what Ford's sync system is.
This screen looks cleaner to me than what is in the Jeep or the Wrangler and the Gladiator right now. So I'm glad to see it be a little step up from there as well. And it looks like you got a digital cluster there.
Mhm.
So that's nice. Your HVAC is in there as well. And it looks small in this picture though, to me.
Well, so it is definitely a mid-size.
So it's not like our
SUV.
Jeep Grand Cherokee we've
No,
seen
yeah,
in the
yeah,
past.
no,
it's
not gonna be
definitely
big.
smaller.
Yeah, it's definitely Cherokee is always going to be smaller in that. But
is this or is this a 5-seater or is it a 7-8-seater?
I believe it's just a 5-seater. I don't recall seeing all the details on that, but
it would be a tight 7-seat if it was.
Yeah, let me pull up the press release and I will tell you. But Kelly, where do you think, because she doesn't pay any attention when I do videos. Where do you think? No, but I'm being real honest. Where do you think price tag is on this thing?
Well, I've got a cheat sheet in front of me, so that's not helpful.
I forgot. I do have it right here.
Looking at it, not looking at the cheat sheet, I would have said probably low 50s.
Yeah,
is where I would have thought it was going to land.
They're claiming the entry level will be under $40,000.
That's crazy.
Isn't that? But it's wild to keep saying that's crazy.
I know
at that price.
I know it is crazy, and yeah, John Burnett, that is 100K is exactly why there was not a Wagoneer in our driveway.
Yeah, we have a damn near $100,000.
I know we're not going to talk about it. It was 92.
93
before discounts.
93, man.
Whatever. Still.
I know. It still blows my mind that I somehow have a near $100,000 vehicle.
Well, it blows my mind too. Before you get to this, it's because it's relevant, because there are actually people that will post online and be like, in our local, we live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. People will post on our Murfreesboro location of like, who has a used car for $1,000? And you're like, those don't exist anymore. Like, and if they do, they're not rolling down the road and they've got 80 bajillion problems with it.
Right.
But I will say, when we bought our daughter's vehicle, I was like, oh, maybe we can spend like $2,000 on a car.
Did you? So you became that person that you're fussing about?
Well, because I hadn't looked at like the used car market from that perspective of like starter cars.
Yeah.
I'd only seen like, this cars that we would look at buying for ourselves, something super dependable, low mileage, things like that. So I had an idea on that perspective, but I didn't have an idea on like a little bit higher mileage of things.
Yeah.
So it does blow my mind that we sit here and look at. Remember, you've talked about your first car was what, $75,000, or I mean, your first house was like $75,000.
Yeah, $70,000.
So his first house was $70,000
with 3 acres of land.
With 3 acres of land, and then we have a Bronco in the driveway. That was
I couldn't afford it then.
Only $50,000 less than our first house together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, which is just insane to me.
Yep.
Yes, we do off-road quite a bit too.
Yeah, and that's some problem I do have from time to time, John, which is why I probably lean into the off-road segment more when I'm looking at vehicles, is because we look at it through our lens. I don't like when journalists try to be so broad that you don't know what they like. Like, and maybe as a journalist, you shouldn't
be a little less biased.
You should be less biased, but there's so many out there now. I would rather my niche be this is my lens.
Right.
And that's why if you look at the website, like I talk a lot of off-road stuff on there, or SUVs, truck stuff like that, because they beat me up on the Nissan just dropped, and I want to talk about this too. Nissan dropped a new partnership with Roush. Roush has only done Ford that I know of. Well, now they're doing it for the Frontier. And instead of, you think of Roush, what do you think of?
I think of Speed Demon.
Yes, horsepower
vehicles. I actually saw a Roush F-150 yesterday on my way home from a tournament.
You know what? They did not touch in the new Frontier? Anything on the motor. And they have these new, they partner with Roush and they put a new suspension under it, 2-inch lift, kept the same 265, 32-inch tires under it. Goofiest thing ever. A very Nissan thing. And then
we're going to talk about
I am, but I got to finish this thought now. But there's a sports car shock. It's Swiss. I can't even pronounce it. Something like that.
Why did you even attempt it if you couldn't pronounce it?
Because I'm an idiot. But I looked them up. You know what they're big into? Bicycles and sports cars. I would have I did look them up before I made the video. I didn't do a deep dive, but I did look them up.
But
and
you couldn't pick up how you pronounce them?
Oh, no, not at all. I don't know what the two little dots mean and all that.
You could have put in Google, how do you pronounce this?
Probably. I'm a stupid redneck, Kelly. Anyways, back to the Jeep. Here's a little bit better photo for you, Kelly, of that interior. Look, I think
it's very clean.
Yeah. And I'm usually drawn to more of a clean look. There's the tablet.
And ease of use. That's the thing too, is their ease of use is necessary, because I know you and I've talked about this. You know, we love driving different vehicles. We absolutely love it. But there is definitely a learning curve when you get into a new vehicle and want to do some functional things with it.
Yeah.
Driving down the road, changing the radio station, driving down the road.
Well, we all live in a hands-free world.
That's true.
Not supposed to touch your phone, but here's a phone tablet.
So like, or changing the AC or things like that. So there's a learning curve with things. And I can tell by this that those aren't real buttons. Those are touch points.
They're haptic. Yes. But guess what? They're not built into the damn screen.
That's true. So you don't have to go deep in the screen in order to do it. But these types of things, those that have not had controls like this or had an experience with these, they can be misleading as to how much your how it responds. Not saying it's terrible, but it's an adjustment.
I will say on the Nissan Aria, it was awful because it was so smooth. You could never feel like you knew where you were, and you're trying to drive. Once you get used to a car, you get used to that. But no, at least here we're getting like stuff that you can easily try to find and push if you want the temperature up and stuff, the fan, the rear vents, and all that. Go wait on that. And it looks like we're gonna get two USB-Cs. Quit trying to make love to me, Nat. This little dude, somebody had a banana or something around here. But looks like two USB-Cs up front. I'm assuming there's some sort of maybe charge point there. I know right here there's a wireless charge point. I like the start button. I'm glad it's not some red or just big $50 or something. I'm glad they're blending it more into the vehicle, which makes me happy. Stitching on this car looks great. I think the interior, from what I've seen of it, looks pretty damn good. Now, is this the under $40,000 one? No. But I did read that I think about $45,000 will get you a pretty decent look at this thing. So yeah, so that is the Grand Cherokee. I'm excited. I have a feeling we might get to drive one very soon.
Here's hoping.
Yes, I do know that Jeep will be at an event we're going to drive some vehicles.
In September.
So that'll be fun. And I think they did the right thing. They didn't go crazy.
I don't know how I feel about the back end.
Oh, well, let me download this photo for you because, back in Kelly here.
Really? You just downloaded it.
I know, but it didn't open. See, how weird is that?
It's all because you want to talk crap about it.
I know. Let's see. Well, I think I have these downloaded in a folder.
Because it's downloading it is a weird.
I know. I see that. Let's see if I can find it, Kelly.
Yeah, the back end looks a little weird.
Yeah, it's a little digitally looking.
Spoiler alert.
I know.
Bill Potter said disappointing. A Roush should always include a supercharger. Oh,
I 100% agree. That's when I think of a partnership with Roush, I don't think of, here's some Swiss suspension that I can throw in it. Because I don't think a Roush is off-road. I just don't. That's where my brain goes. Now, is that right? Not necessarily, but it's just where my brain goes. Damn it, man. I don't know what's up with these. Some of these JPEGs don't want to open. Oh well. It's got a back end that Kelly doesn't like. We'll just leave it at that.
It looks like the Renegade to me. Is that the one?
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of looks Renegade-y, is what it is.
It's a great song, man.
Renegade-y.
Oh, mama.
You're gonna get
the long
copyrighted. You're gonna get copyrighted. Stop it. Douglas Blair says Ford sells an e-bike for $4,500. LOL. Agreed.
They made a debut of that thing at SEMA last year, and we tried our damnedest to find it. They invited me to do an article on it.
Hi.
Lord knows we could never find that bastard.
No, we ended up finding on the back end of a truck at SEMA in the real truck booth, but nobody there to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, MacArthur says Roush doesn't supercharge any of their builds. They allow the dealers to add that.
Interesting.
I don't need your facts here, sir.
We're strictly an opinion channel.
We don't work on facts. But that's the next topic I want to bring up. And let's see. I feel like this is a heavy Nissan.
Yeah.
But we haven't really got to.
You spent like 35 minutes on Nissan before.
I know.
40 maybe. And here you are.
Well, this is news. There it is. And we do talk off-roady things, Kelly. So let's see.
I guess.
Something we need to go do soon. I may do, if you're a member of Patreon, I may try to assemble an off-road event. If you guys haven't,
whoa,
not event for Patreon members to show up to.
A gathering
of people.
Please don't call it an event.
No, I know we got PSTD from
PTSD.
That too, from doing events.
Oh my gosh. I loved it, but it was a lot.
But yes, if you would like to support us, there's an All-Terrain Nation Patreon. Go over there. And, I do exclusive photos that way. We have membership here, $5 a month. If you'd like to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate that because we need you now more than ever. All right. Let's make it bigger. That didn't work out too well. All right, so Kelly, here is your Nissan Frontier Pro 4X R. For R, are you ready?
Or Raptor R?
No, for Roush. But it's upfitted by Roush. So whatever that means. It's purpose built for the trails, Kelly. You can tell. You know how I know? There's a picture of it on a trail that anybody could pretty much do. That's definitely Johnson Valley, which that's probably been on that lake bed racing across there
a couple times.
Yep. But here is the key suspension, Kelly. There is your Roush suspension there. You see it there, branded Roush. These coils do look great, and if I could find the damn name of them.
There it is.
Yeah, but you can't see it. Shit. I think there's a good picture somewhere of these things. Anyways, it's OH. What is that? OHL.
Something.
Wow,
just don't even.
I don't know.
It's just best to walk away
but
from that one.
They do look pretty. I'll say that. It looks quality. The suspension, those coils there with the reservoir, that does look nice. I'm not going to poo on them just because I don't know much about them, even though people in this video lit me up about, they're in sport, they're in the sports car segment. How many sports cars do I ever talk about? We really don't. But this is a Roush package, Kelly. So you're going to get 2 inches suspension.
Ons.
There it is. Ons.
Ons.
So we're going to get 2-inch suspension featuring their 2.0 off-road shocks with remote reservoir, advanced systems specifically tuned to provide exceptional pinkies up,
exceptional
off-road control while preserving everyday comfort. Well, that's what suspension should do. It's not really selling me on that. So it looks good.
But at least they're trying.
No,
let's be honest.
This reminds me a lot though of when they got the Cummins 5-liter diesel engine for the Titan. Nobody wanted that engine. Cummins developed that engine. It was supposed to be in a Ram pickup truck, right when they were switching from Dodge to Ram. Ram said, no, it's not good enough.
So why are we not seeing this as a Nismo?
Well, and I brought that up in my video because all these parts you can buy, let's go through it. So there's their, look, I love this, paired with Roush's upper control arms, painted Roush red. Those are factory arms. They're obviously bent for 2-inch suspension, but those are not beefy. Oh shit, those are.
And for those that don't know, Nismo is the Ford performance version of Nissan, essentially.
Yeah. They're performance division.
So it's their performance division. So it's interesting to me that they decided, unless they're grasping at straws, to want to say, hey, Roush is a name. Mm-hmm. It's out there. We're going to show that we can play with the big boys and bring Roush in and partner with us.
I think Roush is really trying to open up some. But yes, no, Nissan 100% is just trying to use the Roush name as hey, it's credibility. look, we're putting Roush parts under this. So they're painting all this stuff here. It's a titanium colored grill inserts there. The wheels do look good. But yeah, once again, Nismo does this stuff.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything they don't do already, which is a head scratcher.
Unless they're trying to send it out of house.
Yeah. You get the Roush logos there. So, if you're into branding, red tow hooks, which is nice. Interior wise, it's just a Pro 4X, really. Nothing splashy there, except for you do get the Roush logo in the headrest, which, I could go down to my local embroidery place and have a smiley face or something put there. Who cares? That didn't sell. That's not selling me personally on this. Now I'm probably more cynical than the average buyer.
Absolutely, you are.
But yeah, I mean the interior of the Pro 4X looks great. But this is not for me. Like, this is not like, oh shit, I gotta have this.
Right.
They tried the same BS with the Chris Forsberg package. You remember at Chicago Auto Show we saw it, and I gave the rep then. I told him, I said that nobody knows who he is. If you're into drifting, yes, people know Chris Forsberg. But Formula Drift and all that doesn't appeal to everyday buyers. Maybe it's a generational thing. Right. Maybe people our son's age know that and they're like, oh shit, he has it. But they made one of 250. It was a package the dealer had to put on. I don't know that they sold 100 of them.
Yeah.
Like, nobody cares. But Roush is a bigger name. Right. So I'm okay with this. Now here's where I think the cool thing is. So the colors. So you get the special R branding up there. Once again, they did that Nismo thing I showed years ago. Could have done it themselves. Whatever. Wheels look good. The titanium color looks good on that. But here's what I think. Look at this.
What the hell?
I'm pretty sure this is a new color for Nissan.
Nissan played it not safe?
I know. But
that's like highlighter or softball yellow.
Now, clearly, this is photoshopped.
Right.
You can 100% tell that color was photoshopped
100%.
on it. 100%. But thank you. Like, okay, now we're getting into something. I'm like, okay, now it feels a little more sporty.
Well, and honestly, if they were to keep the lines blacked out like they do right now, like down from the headlight down to the fog light, I kind of dig it. But I still think the front, like, I'm totally going to play a little devil's advocate on this. I still think the Frontier needs a little love in the design factor, but if we're talking about what we're seeing right here, I don't think it'll be a home run, but I do appreciate that they're going out of their sandbox a little bit.
So Xterra and Frontier at one time got some different colors.
Yeah, I had that yellow and the orange.
They had some fun colors. And they even on the second gen had a kind of a cool green.
Yeah.
And then they just quit taking chances. If they were to do this, I could see that. Oh, 100%. I would buy that. No. But my problem ultimately with Frontier is they're trying to play on this hard body BS. And I would say this about the normal Frontier. Just put the hood across there, man. They're not even active holes. They're just stupid holes pretending to be something.
Yeah, but there's a whole lot on vehicles that are stupid holes or stupid whatever pretending to be something.
Yeah, but other than those three lines there's nothing hard body about this. Like, it's not playing into the rich heritage that was hard body. But they are doing some fun colors. So, I'm with it on that. And I like that. I like that they're willing to these are colors they're making.
Then that's the extent of its funness.
Yeah. But there's nothing there. It's low-hanging fruit. I get it. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, Nissan could have done them themselves without trying to pay Roush royalties.
I mean, at least the flip side of this is that you do get a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty with the upgrades. So, I mean, you're saying that at least because plenty of people can take a Frontier and take it to their local shop and upgrade it. And guess what? You're potentially voiding your warranty because it's not been done right or, whatever. So at least you've got it backed by factory warranty.
I don't think John liked the green.
John did not like the yellow. Likes the orange, but not the yellow.
I'm sure these shocks are quality, but that's the least of my worries right now with the Frontier.
Yeah.
We've test drove the SL and the Pro 4X of the new generation. Got incredible fuel economy out of it. It's 26, I think is what I'm seeing over there on the board. Miles per gallon out of it. That's incredible for the size vehicle it is. But yeah, just a little. It just wasn't enough. If Roush would have just let them have hands in the motor a little bit. Just say, hey, it's Roush tuned. Even if it's 10 more horsepower, it's safe enough that you're not going to blow that engine up.
Right.
Because the Japanese are notorious for under tuning their engines.
Well, and honestly, look at what Ford Performance has done with the tune for the Bronco.
Yeah, 50 more horsepower.
Yeah, so I mean, it's easy to do. Hell, how many people have taken their vehicles and put them on a dyno? Hell, we had our Juke and put it on the dyno, and what did we end up getting out of it?
240.
And what was its factory?
180.
So I mean,
yeah,
easily that thing.
They opened the boost up on that.
That thing got 60 more horsepower with nothing.
Yeah, we did exhaust and I mean mid pipes and stuff.
But the point is
yeah,
that
it was very low.
Easily.
Like, and that's the next thing. You could have
I think a tune.
Yeah. I don't know. It's once again beating up Nissan, and I hate to do it because it's tough love with Nissan because I want more from them. I really do. And get rid of this burger, guys. It's too big. No, but it's too big. They did it when they did this new logo design. They just got into this BS of we got to let everybody know. I'm pretty sure they know if that's in your driveway. Your neighbors know your credit score. It's all right.
Stop that.
Oh, but that's badass. I do like it. Even the bronze with that green doesn't look bad. You have to admit that it goes good. Oh, you're crazy.
You know what I would do to it.
That's the color I'm going to wrap your Bronco.
You are.
Yep. That's right there.
Guys.
That's the color. I'm going to put Pro 4X on the side.
Bull shit.
Oh, man.
No, I don't like the bronze. You know what I would do to it. What would I do to it?
Murder it?
I'd murder it out.
So like this one?
No. I would potentially keep the softball color, and then I'd murder it out. Okay. All the rest of it.
The softball color.
That's what it is.
Hey, Sydney, you know what would be great with that color? Get this and put those red, the baseball-y stitch lines across.
And then put Sydney's number on the side of it. Proud softball parent.
That's right. Proud softball parents here. Oh, well, they're let's see. They're debating over here. Bill, who is a lover of all things Nissan, and Long MacArthur, let's see, as number 5 Roush dealer, I can tell you last several years, the Roush package, even the Nightmare, did not include a supercharger. But they have, I would agree, they have lost their way. I don't think Jack Roush is, I assume he's still alive, but there's no way he's running that company anymore. But yeah, like Bill said, though, anything I've ever known of Roush, high performance.
Yeah.
Like if in the Ford, I don't know why they only stuck with Ford, but they did. So there you go, Kelly. So ultimately, if that truck they claim mid 40s, that's probably not bad for mid 40s.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I say that too because the Pro 4X. Let's just quickly.
Yeah, what is the Pro 4X? It is not 40s.
Let's go to Nissan and find out because I am curious about that.
Because the Pro 4X, if I recall correctly, was in the 50s as a Pro 4X.
Nissan in their awful website. Look at that.
Pro
V6 power.
Pro 4X right up there.
It's his best value. It says it right there. That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
the best value.
Cool.
Let's just search inventory. See, I love when you're in the trucks and it's like, oh, let's look at cars too. All right. We want Pro 4X.
Over to your left and scroll down.
Over to my
packages and accessories.
Where at?
Over to your left. Scroll down.
I'm scrolling down.
Scroll down. Stop. Right there.
Yeah, but that's not what you.
No.
I knew it wasn't going to be what you think it was.
Oh, right
that's
there.
A Pro X. No, we can't look at Pro X's because that's the next dumbest thing from Nissan is let's do just a Pro X, a 2-wheel drive version.
A few more matches.
The Pro 4 people. There we go.
Right there.
All right, mid 45s for this Pro 4X.
Okay. So it's better than I was thinking. I was thinking they were in the 50s.
But I believe the Roush is claiming mid 40s for their package.
I don't know how that's possible if you've got a Pro 4X.
I don't either.
At 45. How are you adding the Roush package to it and still calling it in the mid 40s? Because there's a Pro 4X at 48.
49 here.
49.
Now, maybe the
I kind of like that orange.
Yeah, it's a good looking color.
And that's saying a lot for those that don't know. Yeah. That's saying a lot.
Text me this vehicle. Text us a few details. So, okay, you're getting 310 horsepower, which is class average anymore.
Bilstein Offroad.
Yeah, well, you're getting the Bill Stein, however you want to say it. You're getting skid plates, stuff you're already getting. So that's not like
so you're still getting the lava red interior.
Mm-hmm. Accents. Ooh, window sticker. Oh, they can't see it. But we can. Let's see. Options were included. Spray and bed liner. Utility
So
track.
it has a pro convenience package, which is $2,100, which includes spray bed liner, utility track system, which I thought was standard, and you took it away. Heated outside mirrors, steering wheel, front seats, LED under rail lighting, remote engine start, trailer hitch, Intel around view mirror or monitor, with moving object detection, off-road mode, wireless charger. And then there's the Pro Premium package.
We gotta have that
That's the Fender Pro or Premium audio with 10 speakers. Think of this as the B&O system for the folks on the Ford side. Sunroof. Oh, it includes a sunroof too. This is part of it. Door-to-door nav. Step rails, which I would immediately take off because they're just going to be beat to shit in the off-road. Yep. Tailgate lock. Paint upgrade of $425. Carpeted floor mats. Bull honky.
Oh boy.
Oh wait. The Adventure Medic Kit, the Off-Road Adventure Kit, the Seat Back Organizer, and the Owner's Manual Portfolio equal $385. Destination charge is $1,500.
They did that whole Medic Kit when the Xterra came out. That's what they put in the bubble. And somehow after that, for 25 years, they thought that's a selling feature. I'd go to Walmart and get one for $10 with more than what that has in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, it's a lot to do about nothing.
Hey, is the blind dog think he's at the door?
I don't know what he thinks he's at. What are you doing, bro?
Over here, buddy. For those that don't know, a little family.
You've been hitting the bong there, buddy?
A little family nation for you. Our dog Brooks is 14 years old and he has diabetes and he is blind as a bat.
Yeah. And he's an idiot.
He's not an idiot. He can't help it.
I know. Let's see. John says, I will take the Ford F-150 Shelby with the Coyote engine. See, at least you're getting a Coyote engine.
Jack Roush is still alive.
He
does not run the company. Jack Jr. does.
Well, Jack Jr. is trying to get in with Nissan. Really trying to bring that company down a little bit. It's like, hey, we're two up here. We got to pull ourselves down just a little bit.
Stop it.
I know I'm playing, but
he found his bone.
He did find his bone. But there's no way that's 45. And once dealers figure out that we're partnered with Roush now, holy shit, we got to add another 10 grand to that. Or I remember when this generation of Frontier came out during the pandemic, and they were trying to get $80,000 for this truck. You're like, it's a Frontier, buddy. Nobody's paying 80 grand for it. So Kelly, Roush, yay or nay?
Nah, it's not a selling point to me.
Nah, I would call our buddies down at Z1, have them for $5 grand. Imagine what you can buy for $5 grand to build that thing up.
100%. Because the Pro 4X is already coming pretty equipped for what you need. So yeah, that's it. That's all I need.
And maybe put $2,500 into good tires.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe minimum 33s. Minimum. That's the next thing. Them and Toyota battled this like we are not crossing the threshold of actually putting decent sized tires under.
Which here's a funny thought for our Bronco folks that are that might still have made it this far. My Xterra was rubbing with 33s. Like that just tells you, like rubbing with 33s. So imagine the huge upgrade that we had when Rebecca was factory with 35s and now Ghost is factory with 37s. Like it's totally different off-roading experience between the two, which the Xterra was fun because you go out on the trails and people would look at you like, are you really taking that thing out?
I'll never forget driving into Windrock with my white one. And there was a group I was going to the campground, meeting Luke and a bunch of people. And there was a group of Jeeps parked in where the bathhouse was, all through there. And I'll never forget, there was 3 or 4 Xterras pulling in there all together. And I remember these Jeep people, like, they just lost their mind. Like,
what are they doing here?
Oh, is that the cleanup crew here or something? Like, they're here to pick up garbage? Like,
did they haul in some side-by-sides?
And I'm pretty sure, it was maybe the first National Xterra meet, year 2 that I did over at Windrock. That sounded the first National Xterra meet at Windrock, that year 2 of the event.
Because the first year we did at a different park.
Yeah, Willie's Offroad. And I'll never forget taking somebody on Trail 22 just over a log bridge. You remember that old log bridge?
Yes.
And I remember pulling because there was a nice place to pull, so all of our group would catch up with us. And dude getting out of his truck going, I can't believe this thing just did this. And I said, did what? He goes, I mean, I put it in four-wheel drive and it went over this bridge. I said, for one, it's a flat bridge. You didn't have to put it in four-wheel drive at all. Most of this trail that we were about to take you on, you didn't need to put it in four-wheel drive, but learn your vehicle.
Right.
But dude, he was blown away that he goes, I mean, this thing's not a Jeep. And I said, four-wheel drive is four-wheel drive, man. Like,
we always took the noobs out.
Yeah, I love taking new people out to off-roading. But yeah, no, he's but that's what really I loved about that was like the excitement of like, oh, hey, you don't have to have a Jeep Wrangler to do these things.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we have a big ass Ford Bronco, but you don't have to have. You could go get a base model and do about anything you want to do.
Well, we had many a times when I would have people like our Bronco folks, you go through the drive-thru and people be like, nice Jeep. And I'll be like, it's an Xterra. And they were like shocked that it was an Xterra because it was well built. And they knew it was capable because it looked capable. It looked rough and tough. And so the amount of people that you would have to correct on that side. So imagine for our Bronco friends that have had to have that conversation.
My best story like that was I was at a red light right up here. I was heading into town. A cop was on our road, the main road out here. He was at the intersection. We were both at red lights. He got on his PA thing and he goes, hey man, nice Pathfinder. I was like, you mother effer. Like, I was like, but I mean, at least he knew it was a Nissan.
Yeah.
But I was like, are you kidding me? Like, nice Pathfinder.
That's
and
hilarious.
then I got pulled over one time in Smyrna going to work. And the cop pulled me over and he's like raving about my Xterra, and it's when it was all black bed line.
Oh, I remember because your license plate was too high or something.
No, this was
different time you got pulled over.
I think I ran a light or something. But yeah, he pulled me over and he was really like, oh, dude, this thing is badass. You've done this. And I thought, oh, I'm getting out of this ticket.
Nope, here's your ticket. Sir.
Nope, not at all.
Here's your ticket that I wrote for you.
Yes, here, pay me. But so that's our show tonight, guys. I know this is for my Nissan friends. This was probably might be a fun one, might not. I don't know. I'm personally excited that the Xterras could come out. I would love to get a Pro 4X version, put it against Ghost out there, and just say, hey, look, it'll go the same places. Sure, maybe you don't want to hit 70 miles an hour when you're doing it, but hey, capable of doing
maybe not where 37s can go. Especially if they're going to stick with their 33s.
Right. Could you imagine, though, them doing this and they go all out and make a 35-inch package? I would faint.
They'd have to cut the fender wheels.
No, but if they're doing it from the factory.
That's true, I guess.
But I would pass out if they did this. Hey, we're going to do a Nismo package, front rear lockers, 35-inch tires, B-lock capable wheels, because, that's all the rage now that people just chuck off as soon as they can. But yeah, could you imagine that? And then like having the Frontier version of that in some Pro 4X Nismo is like, all right, Raptor, we're here to play.
Douglas Blair says, P.S. Toyota is coming out with an FJ as well.
They say that, Douglas. And I've seen some electric renderings of what used to look like that. Toyota, that doesn't make, they've got the Land Cruiser now. They got a 4Runner. Like, how many more off-road SUVs do they need? I see quite a few.
And the Sequoia is capable too.
I see a lot of Land Cruisers out now, but I have yet to see many 4Runners, especially built up new 4Runners.
So Douglas Blair says, I live with a blind and a deaf dog.
Huh?
They live by their nose. I would say that that's the case, but ours, for being a hound dog, is not very good with his nose.
He's not very hound doggy.
He's not very hound doggy. And our cat's looking at us like, bro, it's time to go to bed.
So Kelly?
Yeah.
That's it. We did it.
All right. We survived it.
I'm tired as can be. I apologize if it was not the show you were hoping for, but
Sid and I left the house at 6 a.m. yesterday and got home about 7, something like that. And then we got up and she had a tryout today. We went to Costco, went to this grocery store.
And she played catcher, which she hadn't done in a year.
Oh, yesterday. Yeah. So she was real tired today. She came out and she was like, Mom, I'm so sore. Because she hadn't caught in a year. So, but it was a good time.
So whether it be 2-wheel drive,
4-wheel drive,
does not matter what you drive, guys. As long as you're having fun in it, I don't care if it's a sports car, a daily driver, or whatever. As long as it meets your needs and you smile and look at it, you've done good.
That's it.
We're out. Peace, everybody. Maybe.